Okay, now you can see here, I'm at the computer, and I need to move this camera. Let me get over in front here just a second. Okay. Now, see, I'll probably just put this over here. Like this. So what I've got, sorry about the lighting, but I got the computer, and there's the vinyl cutter, and I've already got my that's my pattern for my cutout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of paper, and what we're going to do is bring the camera over here, maybe raise it up some. Now what I'm going to do is you put paper in here like so, and get it fairly lined up. Don't have to be perfect for this. Okay, lock it down. And cover this way just a little bit more. Okay, lock it down. Okay, now what I do is, this is a special end. This is a pin. It's not a cutter. So you drop the pin in, loosen it up, and drop the pin in. You put the cutter back on. Now I'm not sure about the force on this. So what I want to do is probably decrease the force. Okay. Now I want to go. There we go. Cutting speed is 90. Cutting pressure is 210, which is too much, so I want to turn the force down to about 50. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll go back online and we'll reset. Then what I want to do is I want to do a test. Okay, that's not quite enough force, so what I want to do is put the force to about 100. Okay, now I know that's going to work. So let me lower this a little bit so you can see it. Wasn't sure if this was going to work, but it did. So let's see, 100. Okay, so we're going to reset. Everything's reset. Good. Now we're online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the computer screen. I don't know if you can see that real well. And I'm going to take the program and I'm going to tell it to cut. Which this, I did this in Paint, which I'll show you that. This right here is what I made in Paint. That's the part I made in Paint. And then I took this, once I got done, I imported it into my cutter program. Which if you don't have a cutter, you're not going to know anything about this. But if you do have a cutter, you know exactly what I'm doing. So I put it in there, I traced it, and now I have something I can cut. So what I want to do is I want to go to cut with the cutter, and there's my cutter, and I want to test the connection. Test, okay, all right, so it's good. So now I'm going to come over here because it's not going to actually cut. What it's going to do is it's not going to cut. What it's going to do, I need to get a better tripod, that's all there is to it. So what it's going to do is not cut. This thing wants to go everywhere. Okay, let's try to line it up somehow. It goes halfway straight there. Okay, so we're actually not going to cut. We're going to just use that pin and act like it's going to cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to cut. And what it's doing now is it's actually tracing that part. onto the paper. So it's actually making lines on the paper. It's not real dark, but it's okay so I can see them. And you'll see when I'm done, you'll see the lines on it. Okay, so that's done. So now, what I do is definitely need a new tripod. Okay, so now what we do is actually, let me redo that. I'll set the force. I'll set the force at. Let me set the force at 200. And just see. Okay, let me cut that again. I'll tell it to cut it again. We'll see what it does. If it messes it up, I'll just put another piece of paper in. Okay, cut with cutter, say cut. There we go. Now the lines are getting darker. I'll show you that. You can see the lines are getting much darker. It'd be a lot better with an ink pen, like a Sharpie, which I could put one in there. But this is fine for what I'm doing. And then we'll pull this paper out. And this is a great way to tell if what you're going to be doing is actually going to work, or if you're going to waste vinyl or whatever. This is just your... Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my pull my paper out, and we're going to go in the other room. So go in the other room, and I'll turn it back on.